What happens when a civilization dies? That's a haunting question, and yet, one we rarely ask out loud. Maybe because the answer feels too distant, like something that belongs in textbooks, museums, or movies. Ancient Rome fell. The Maya faded. The Inca were conquered. Sure, those things happened. But what if history isn't as far behind us as we think? What if it's circling back? What if this time, the collapse is ours? You see, in our journey through the rise and fall of ancient empires, we've looked at extraordinary brilliance. The structured power of Rome, the cosmic intelligence of the Maya, the highland mastery of the Inca. But today isn't about them. Today, we turn the mirror around. The illusion of permanence. Let's be honest, most of us live like civilization is permanent, as if skyscrapers and satellites, smartphones and social media somehow protect us from the slow decay that swallowed so many before us. But that's just the thing, none of them saw it coming either. Rome didn't fall in a single day. It unraveled, not with a scream, but a shrug. The same with the Maya. The same with every powerful culture that once believed they were too advanced, too united, too dominant to collapse. Sound familiar? We pride ourselves on progress, but are we really progressing? Or are we just repeating the same patterns, wrapped in new tools and nicer screens? How civilizations actually disappear. Civilizations don't always go out with a bang. More often, it's a quiet decline. Fewer people care. Fewer institutions work. Trust fades. Problems get ignored until they can't be. No fireworks. Just silence. Some historians call it a slow-motion collapse. Things look fine, until one day they're not. Crops fail. Systems falter. People turn inward. Governments overreach or give up. And then, one domino falls after another. And often, we don't even realize it's happening until it already has. Memory isn't automatic. It's a choice. Here's something chilling. Even when a civilization dies, what's worse is how quickly it can be forgotten. We imagine history as something objective, but that's a comforting lie. Memory is selective. It's filtered, rewritten, and sometimes it's erased on purpose. Think about it. How many ancient cultures have been completely forgotten because someone else wrote the narrative? How many voices were silenced not by time, but by conquest, by indifference? And when a civilization becomes inconvenient, it disappears faster. So what does that mean for us? It means if we don't deliberately remember, we will forget. And if we don't choose what's worth remembering, someone else will choose for us. Are we the first to know better and still fail? For the first time in history, we're able to see collapse happening in real time. We have data. We have warnings. We can track climate change, political instability, rising inequality, and systemic breakdowns across the globe. In detail, with graphs, with analysis. But what are we doing with that knowledge? We scroll. We swipe. We move on. This is the paradox of our age. We know more than any civilization before us, and yet we're still paralyzed. Rome didn't know it was falling. The Maya probably didn't either. But we have the headlines, the documentaries, the IPCC reports, the studies, the simulations, the thought leaders, the scientists. And yet, here we are, modern echoes of ancient failures. Let's connect a few dots. Rome was brought down partly by wealth inequality, corruption, political decay, and overstretching its military. The Maya faced environmental pressure and social breakdown. The Inca were divided by civil war when foreign invaders showed up. Aksum lost its trade routes and faded into historical silence. Now ask yourself, how different are we really? We may have tech, medicine, AI, even plans for Mars. But underneath it all, we're still building empires on fragile human behavior. Greed, division, overconfidence, denial. History isn't just repeating, it's echoing louder. The fragile thread of legacy. Here's a deeper question. What exactly is it that civilizations leave behind? Ruins? Sure. Artifacts? Maybe. But those are physical things. What about values, ideas, stories, and warnings? Those aren't guaranteed. Those vanish faster than stone. So what happens if we go silent? What will remain of our philosophies, our questions, our dreams? Maybe some fragments buried in data centers. Maybe a few satellites still orbiting. But will our deeper truths survive? Or will they be lost, like all the others? A wake-up, not a warning. Let's not pretend this video is a prophecy. It's not about fear or doom. It's about awareness and accountability. The fall of a civilization isn't some distant tragedy. It's a living possibility, not just for countries or systems, but for the ideas that define us. If we want to matter, really matter, we have to stop assuming the future is guaranteed. We have to choose what we carry forward, choose what we remember, and ask hard questions about what we're building today and whether it's worth remembering tomorrow.